Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Birthing Your Greatness conference. Oh my God, this week has been super amazing. And we get to close out the week with the real estate power couple, the Adolph Group, Bully and Tikila. Adolph, welcome.
Hey.
Amazing, amazing, guys. So, I don't want to take up any of your time. I want you to be able to share what you're here to share, the ABCs of real estate and home buying and home investing and whatever you're going to give the public today, but whatever it is, I know it's super amazing. So everybody grab your pen and your papers, okay? And if by chance you can't stick around for this whole thing, don't forget that you can absolutely sign up for the replays. Go to bit.ly BYG Summit. That's bit.ly BYG Summit. I will put that in the comments. But guys, I'm going to turn it over to you. I'm out. I'll see y'all in a little bit.
Hey guys, good afternoon. Great day to you. Thank you so much for just giving us a moment of your time, whether you're watching live or you're watching on a recorded show. We appreciate you. So today, as part of Birthing Your Greatness Summit, we wanted to discuss about the ABCs of real estate and specifically the ABCs of home buying. A lot of people kind of know that how to buy a house, figure that they can buy a house on their own, but they really don't know specifically what's needed. And fortunately for you today, we're going to give you some great tips and awesome ideas and things to put in your mind on purchasing a home. I guess we'll start from the beginning. First things first, the reason why we're in real estate. I'm Tikila Adolph, and this is my husband, Willie Adolph. We've been in the real estate industry since 2003. We started off with mortgages, and even before that, on learning real estate, we started off homeless. And kind of is our big why while we're still in the industry, because we never want anyone to be in the same position that we were in. In the beginning of our marriage, we were happy. We were working our real jobs, and we had a child. And a year later, was pregnant again with twins. At that point, we decided that apartment living wasn't good for our family. With the increasing size of our family, we decided to look for homes. We decided to go home shopping. Um, Unfortunately, we were not, at that time, we were not aware of real estate agents. So we just thought we'd see a new home and we would buy it. We went into a particular builder in South Houston. We liked the area and we wanted to purchase a home. He asked us for our information. We filled out an application. We gave our earnest money and we went home. And he also told us to turn in our notice at our apartment because we were going to move into our new home. So we turned in our notice, continue working and getting on with our day. For unfortunately, we had no response from the builder or from a loan officer or anyone of that matter. We didn't know the process that we were supposed to actually talk to someone. So we went to the builder and looking forward to seeing our home. We actually drove by the home and it was built. It was ready to go. And we went to the sales manager and we said, what's next? What do we have to do? We see that our house is built and it's ready. He informed us that that was not our house and that we had gotten denied from our loan a month ago. And we no longer had a house. And that was it. Bye bye. Again, we were without representation, really didn't have education or knowledge of what the home buying process was, and left the sales office deflated. We went back to our apartments and asked for an extension of our lease so we could start again on our home buying journey. Unfortunately, our apartment was already leased out. So within 6 weeks, we had to move. We had to find a place to stay. Unfortunately, with our work schedules and getting our children childcare and education and stuff, we didn't kind of, I don't know, because of age, but we didn't put it as a priority of, oh, we really need to find a place. And unfortunately, we were left homeless. We didn't get approved for an apartment or anything else. For a day because we stayed in a hotel and was like, we can do this. But then our almost 1 year old Cam, it didn't jive, and our older daughter, she didn't like that. So we end up moving in with our mother-in-law, my mother-in-law, his mother, and we stayed there until the birth of our twins. After the birth of our twins, would you like to chime in, dear?
I'm listening. I like this story.
Yeah. After the birth of our twins, um, I realized that one woman is the head of the household, and I needed our own place. I searched through the green sheet. I remembered that my cousin was a real estate agent. And so we called her. We told her what we wanted, and we drove around different areas and didn't like anything. And unfortunately, we really didn't give my cousin the best representation to go out and look for homes, for one. Two, we weren't qualified. We just said we wanted to buy a home. And three, we just kind of was like, we don't need a real estate agent. So I looked in the newspapers and I found a rental home. We decided on what side of town that we wanted to be on, and we moved into this rental home. The owners of the rental home was a real estate agent, and we were told that they will handle everything. So it was just like two birds in one stone. The real estate agent is going to handle all the contracts. The real estate agent owns this house, and it's a nice home to rent. We moved out of our parents' home and moved into Katy and our first rental home. Both Willie and I have been in several apartments. We're kind of familiar about getting an apartment, but just never familiar on getting a home. Renting a home is different from renting an apartment. There's a higher deposit. There's a deposit similar to apartments, deposit for pets and things of that sort, but just a little different, all in all. We stayed in that rental home for about 5 months. On that fifth month, after we paid the rent, we were informed that we had 30 days to move. This was in the middle of the school year, and kind of shook us because we didn't understand. But then the real estate agent slash owner explained to us that the house that they were living in, they could no longer afford, and they were moving back into the rental home, our home that we had a 12-month lease for. We didn't know. We didn't have our own representation, so we believed whatever the real estate agent, as a professional, would tell you. Unfortunately, after we moved and cleaned the home, we never received our deposit. Um, Phone numbers were changed, and it was hard to get in contact with the owners of that home. My husband teases me and says, you know what? God blinds your eyes over people that you don't like because you just missed that was the owners of that home. And I was just like, yeah, I would have ran them over. But anyway, my husband and I, as young married couple with children, we moved into an apartment. And we kind of just sat and talked about how can this happen. And now this was the second time that we have been duped on real estate. And how many other people have felt the same thing? And it's heartening that professionals that are in charge of major decisions in everybody's lives have so much control, yet do not have the same compassion for a human being to not explain and to not inform them about something as important as purchasing real estate. And that's our why. That's our reason for being here. That's our why for continuing to help others, whether we are their real estate agent or we give information towards real estate, is because we never want anyone to be in the situation that we were in. Back to the story, because there's more, and there's, and that's probably why we've been um, have faith in God and been full-time entrepreneurs, and particularly in real estate for over 15 years. Um, we found online another rental home, and this time it was by a separate real estate agent. We met with the real estate agent in his office. We signed the application, paid the fees, paid the deposit, and we were approved. We moved into the home. And fortunately for us, during this time is when we became loan officers and we knew a little bit about mortgages and we were helping people buy homes. Unfortunately, we didn't have a home, we were in a rental home. So we worked a lot, we made a bunch of money, and decided to buy a home. We left that rental home and we partied, we vacationed. And during the vacation, I was online. I was like, I don't want to go back to that rental house. We make just as much money as the next person that we're helping to buy homes. I want my own home. And so my husband again said, wherever you want to go. And we searched around. We found a great neighborhood in Katy, and we saw signs. And at this point, even though we were in the real estate industry, we were mortgage loan officers. And again, not knowing the true power and that real estate agents work for us, we decided to purchase a home without a real estate agent. And we spoke directly to the owner, and he agreed to our terms. We had our own contract drawn up. We did our own loan. I don't even remember. Did we go into a title company or we went to the title that we use with mortgages? Okay, we closed at our title company and just kind of moved in. Just bought a home and moved in. Uh, and it seems like okay, it's good and then it's bad. Yeah, there's a bad thing. Uh, within a month of moving in, there were issues with the home. Um, the roof was kind of caving in. We started hearing noises. Uh, oh my goodness, it was just the house was a hot mess. There was things going on in the master bathroom that needed to get fixed. Lights and ceiling fans start going on and off. I mean, it's just a lot. So of course, I wanted to get out of that house. I'm a runner. My husband is the stable one. And so we went looking for new homes. I don't want to deal with no one else's mess. I want a new home. And this time I had went to school to get my real estate license and I wanted to understand how these things are getting done, why these things are getting done, and what does a real estate agent really do? And how do they help you in benefiting in purchasing a home? So I got my real estate license and we purchased our second home. It was a brand new home. My husband negotiated. We had a fixed mortgage rate because we knew what kind of mortgage to have, the best. And to this day, to God be the glory, we are, 2004, 20, what's that, 16 years? 16 years, we are still in our home. That's a happy ending. And unfortunately, a lot of people do not have a happy ending with dealing with real estate. Either they're dealing with professional unprofessionals, if that makes sense, or they're just not being told what all that's necessary in making this major purchase of your life. So today, we are presenting the ABCs of real estate, and specific home buying. Your destiny is to own real estate. Everyone should have a piece of their own, peace of mind, and that's real estate. You can have investment property, or you can purchase your next home, or even just starting from the beginning as a first time home buyer. This this next 30 minutes will blow your mind. So make sure you have a pen and paper. And if you don't, make sure that you watch this over again with pen and paper so you can take down some notes. Because I know I had to write notes. First things first, I'm a licensed professional. I'm a real estate agent. I've been a licensed real estate agent in the state of Texas since 2005. I've worked with several brokers, and I'm very happy with the broker that we're at now because he has allowed us to be a team, and we are the Adolph Group under Equity House Properties. We're not brokers, but we do have experience and knowledge to help you, to educate you, and to hold your hand during the home buying process. We help with renting apartments, renting homes, and also commercial and investment real estate. And I am not perfect. I am, I do have a lot of experience, and I do realize that I'm not everyone's cup of tea because I'm Tikila. You're supposed to laugh. This is birthing your greatness. And then one of the things that everyone asks on birthing your greatness, what does that have to do with real estate? Well, it has a lot to do with real estate. One of the things that my husband and I, issues that we had is we wanted a peace of mind. We wanted a place of our own. And that's what owning real estate provides you. Even if you have to sit back and work on your credit and maybe rent for a while, always have that goal in mind to own your own real estate. 90% of the world's millionaires, not the average person, started with buying and selling real estate. So in birthing your greatness is not all about doing business and making business moves. It's about investing. And this part will help you in starting investing in your real estate profile. Like I said, real estate, I can go on and on about different aspects. So today we're just going to keep it short with just regular residential home buying. But there's also, like I said, investing, flips, land, farm, going in a partnership with people, commercial real estate. It's just amazing, the real estate career. So in saying that, I also want to put a selfless plug in there that the Adolph Group is hiring, and we are wanting real estate agents who are willing to work hard to keep themselves educated and to have compassion to help others in real estate. So you can go to www.theadolphgroup.com and talk to us about being a real estate agent. All right. Also, on the adolphgroup.com, you can get further information on hiring us as your real estate agent. You can call us at 281-914-7447. All right, Part one. Hmm. I'm excited. I'm excited to help you get a house. And I know you're excited too. But unfortunately, we just can't go out there all willy nilly. We have to have a plan. We can't just jump and go look at houses because you're going to be wasting your time. You're not going to know anything about the house. You're not going to know about what you can afford, and you're not going to have realistic goals and just driving around. Now, you can drive around in the area if you feel you're not ready. So then that way, when you are ready, you know exactly where you want to be. And that's a big help once you start looking for homes. Number one is you have to be mentally ready. You have to be mentally ready to sacrifice and do anything you can for your home. There's many a time that we couldn't go on vacation because we had to fix the roof. There was times that we couldn't go to parties because we had to make sure that this month, because of the summer, our light bill and important things got taken care of in the home. That's a mentality that you have to have in owning a home. You also have to realize that this is not a joke. This is an actual thing that needs to be maintained and taken care of. So you can't just get a house and live. You have to maintain it, and you have to be mentally ready for that. Because if you're staying in an apartment and the dishwasher broke down, all you do is just call the apartment people and they'll fix it. Even in a rent house, and if something isn't right, you call the landlord. But this time, when you're purchasing your home, you're responsible for everything in that home, for all of the bills, for keeping up with your taxes, your insurance, your homeowners association dues, and anything that's dealing with that home. Mentally ready. Next, you need to get pre-approved for a home. Everybody always thinks, I'm going to buy a house, let's start looking. But that is not the first thing. The first thing you need to do is find a lender. I would suggest going to a bank. Go to the bank that you're at. They're either going to say yes or no. And if they say yes, great. If they say no, we have another option. You can go to different lenders. And of course, if you don't know, ding, 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 you talk to a real estate agent because I'm sure they have plenty of connections with lenders that are help with any kind of credit scores and information. So when you're getting pre-approved to purchase a home, and after you find a lender, and if you can't, again, go to a real estate agent, sit down and listen to their suggestions. And believe it or not, you can shop around your mortgage loan. Everybody's going to get paid regardless. But bottom line, you're the one that has to pay that mortgage payment each month. You're the one that's going to have to decide on how much money you're going to bring to closing, how much money you're going to put down on the house, and what's the best type of loan that's going to work for you and your family. So don't be afraid to hurt anybody's feelings if you need to find another lender. You have to do what's best for you. The next thing on being pre-approved with finding a lender, you want to make sure that you consistently stay on your job or stay in the same industry. If you get a better job with more money, but it's in the same line of work, you're good. And typically the lender is going to look about 2 years into that. So you want to stay consistent with that. You want to stay consistent on your living arrangements. If you do have to rent, try to rent for 2 years in the same spot. No one wants to give you 50, 100, 300, $400,000 if you're bouncing around all over the place. And that's how you got to think. Someone's giving you money. They're not guaranteed that you're going to pay that back. And you in the back of your mind, you said, common sense, I'm gonna pay my house note. But real life happens and you don't know what's gonna happen. So when they ask for certain things, you better make sure you're giving it because they're definitely giving you a lot of money. And then the last thing with the lender is they're looking at your credit. And what they're looking for is not only that you have good or decent scores, they're looking for what's on your credit. How is your payment history? How many times have you been late? How many trade lines? Do you even have credit or do you not have credit at all? So, another thing as you're driving around or just the notion of wanting to buy a house, know what's on your credit. Don't get to the bank and realize that your scores are under 500 or you have a bill that just popped up on there. Be aware of your credit. Shameless plug. Make sure that you join us tomorrow noon, where my husband Willie Adolph will dive more into knowing your credit and how to keep monitoring it and staying on top. So, but that's one thing that you need to know. Know your credit and know your credit score. Next, you number 3, you would like to find the right real estate agent. I told you our story because it's probably the average person's story. The first thing that comes to your mind is, why do I need a real estate agent? I can look for homes online, I can drive around. I don't need a real estate agent. But what the problem is, a real estate agent not only finds homes for you, they negotiate, they look at your contract, they make sure that they work for you. You don't have to pay them one red cent. You don't. As a buyer's agent, well, there's different kind of real estate agents, but this one in particular in home buying is called a buyer's real estate agent. And they work for you. It is their fiduciary duty. And basically, what that means is their sole responsibility, even before their own interests, is to have your back. I always compare being a real estate agent to a lawyer. We study a lot, we pay a lot of money to keep our license. We can be sued at any time. So why not work out the best benefit to help you get into the home of your dreams and to make sure that everything that you want and discuss is what you want? We're there for you. And most of the time, the seller or the builder or whoever is selling that home, company, bank, whatever, they're the ones that pay the real estate agent. So there's nothing coming out of your pocket in order to find a real estate agent. On the other hand, and like I said, we used a real estate agent. And oh my God, my cousin, I feel so bad as I get into the business, but you can't just go to a real estate agent unprepared. That's not fair to that real estate agent. And that real estate agent can't help you until you are prepared. So, listening to classes like this, maybe Googling on what to do next on buying a house, or just questioning them on what to do next as a professional, they will help you. And then that way, a whole lot of wasting time will not happen. Your agent will want to know 3 things: how much you can afford, what are your wants on the house, and your time frame. That will determine what to do next. If you don't know anything and then the first person you come to is a real estate agent instead of a lender, that's great. It's fine. Just let them know, because what they're going to do is they're going to hold your hand and take you back to a lender, to a bank, and walk you through step by step. As a professional, it is our duty to do that. And believe me, if they're not doing that, or if there's a rush and you get that inkling inside, then it's time to jump ship and find a real estate agent that you feel comfortable with. Nine times out of 10, that real estate agent is going to know everything about you, whether you want to or not. And the majority of the time, that real estate agent is going to be the main person you talk to in the next 30, 40, 50, 60 days, or even a year until you purchase your home. After you purchase your home, your real estate agent is just a phone call away. Because if they're that great, they're going to still be in the business for a while. Owning a home is like obtaining a goal. So, number five, with a home buying purchase, you want to think of a goal. And I use the acronym SMART, S-M-A-T, or I'll spell SMART. And what that is S, be specific on what you want. You don't want to just go out there and say, oh, I want a home, and then I want a home in the suburbs. No, I want a home in the city. I want a big backyard. No, I want to stay in the country. You got to be very specific on the type of home you want and where you want it. M, have have a measurable amount. And that's where the lender comes in, and that's where the real estate agent can help you. If you're qualified for $300,000, but you don't want to pay the monthly mortgage that's associated with $300,000, then maybe you need to find a lower amount house. That's nothing that you can come out of your brain with. That's what the loan officer and the real estate agent are there to help you and guide you to keep you on the path for that measurable amount. A, is this attainable? Can you get that house? If you're qualified for $300,000, let's not go looking at $500,000 homes. We just don't want to get ideas. That's what the online is for. That's for HGTV. That's for going on your own and looking at model homes. That's not the best use of your time or the real estate agent time. You want to make sure that where you go is attainable. R, is it realistic? Yes. People buy homes all the time. Is it realistic for you to have a home? Yes, it's very realistic, but you have to do it the smart way to reach your attainable goal. T, the time frame. How long will it take for you to buy? And again, having a licensed real estate agent and a great loan officer that's working with a lending company will help you guide you in their position. Next, I wanted to go over a few things about your home purchase. Um, there's so much in this, and I realized that I have a lot of knowledge. So we're just going to break it down. Some few key items. Again, the ABC is just a little touch base, so you can have some things in your mind to reach out further to a real estate agent. Um, My husband and I also have a book that we've written because you joined us today. You can get it for free. We mail them out, we have them with us, and it's your home guide to purchasing a home. It gives you a chapter on renting or buying, how to talk to find out a real estate agent, and it pulls out terms and even gives you horror stories of things that happen with people who don't use a real estate agent or don't know what's happening. So make sure that you send us an email at the real Adolph Group at gmail.com. It's like I gotta look up there. The real Adolph Group at gmail.com. And in the subject line, write free book, and we'll send you a free book. We want you to include your name, email address, and mailing address, and we'll contact you. Going down our list, the next thing that we wanted to discuss was down payment and closing costs. This is a major topic and a major confusion when purchasing a home because I'm always on knowing your amount, being smart on having a goal. You also have to know some key terms. And one of the things is down payment and closing costs. There is a difference. A down payment is the amount that the lender requires you to have in order to complete the home purchase. If the house is worth 100, the sales price of the house is 100,000, and the lender would like for you to put down 20%, you would put down $20,000, and they will provide a loan for $80,000, making the 100 percentage. This amount is determined from the lender. Sometimes this can be negotiated when purchasing a home on down payment, but typically they're giving you a lot of money. They kind of want to put your own skin in the game, and that's why they're requesting down payment from you. There are 100% loans available. There's some city programs. The VA loan is 100%. USDA loans are 100%, and other grants and county um, assistance to help you with your down payments. So make sure that you connect with us and we can help you with that. Closing costs. Closing costs are the amount of fees associated with closing the home loan. Typically, closing costs will be an appraisal, a upfront inspection fee, uh, title fees, lender fees, things you have to pay. Now, do they have to come from you? No. Sometimes this isn't also negotiated. There's grants, there's other you can get negotiated by your real estate agent on closing costs. Closing costs can also include prepaids. Prepaids are costs that you pay at closing, but they include upfront insurance and taxes for your property. These things are held in an escrow account and they are prepaid in advance. So when your lender pays, when the bill comes, your lender pays it. And then typically in an average loan monthly payment, those items, those prepaid items are gathered with your mortgage payment. So what are you looking for? Sit down and write a list. And this is the last thing that I want to suggest when you're buying a home. Make sure that if you're buying with a partner or even your family, write the list with your family. Write down. It's such a thing to write things down. And again, we're working with the gold pattern. If you see it in writing, and if it's not there, then that wasn't a priority. If you write your list, your spouse writes a list, kids write a list, and you put that list together, guess what? You have your dream home. You may not get everything off of your list, but what you want to do is prioritize that list. Have it ready. Location, amount of rooms, game room, big backyard, anything that you want on that list. This will help your real estate agent find a home for you and give you the best deal they can possibly get because they know what your bottom line is. And the last thing, as I said, I didn't realize that I wanted to say so much. After you look and you preview the home, you're ready to make an offer. Use your real estate agent. Don't go to the seller. Don't go to the other real estate agent. Use your real estate agent to fight your battles. Again, you don't owe them a dime, but their fiduciary duty, once you hire them, is to get the best benefit for you. They will negotiate the sales price and then they will help you guide you towards the closing of your home. Guys, it has been an honor and a great pleasure to be able to discuss with you about the home ABCs of real estate, specifically in home buying, and mainly because it hits home. Again, Willie and I have been doing this for over 15 years. We have been blessed and highly favored by God to be entrepreneurs during that whole time. That means we have worked on faith that God will provide for our finances. We've lived in the home of our dreams for 15 years, and we've been in somewhat of a good marriage. Hey, we work together every day. Something good. Ain't nothing perfect. But we've been blessed to be married 21 years this year. So, what we want to do is offer you a free book on home buying, um, your guide to purchasing a home. You can reach out to us, www.theadolphgroup.com. You can call us at 281-914-7447. It's weird because I don't dial my own number. And you can email us to get that free book today. We'll mail it out to you at therealadolphgroup@gmail.com. Put in the comments, in the subject line, free book, and we'll get that out to you. All right. I think I finished.
Yeah.
So I got more. I need to do a part two.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you. Can you guys hear me?
My husband.
Can you hear me? My signal isn't doing what it needs to do, but amazing. I learned a lot. For those of you who are listening, just looking at the comments, everyone learned a lot. We put the information out there. For those of you who may want to get the replay, don't forget you can go to bit.ly BYG Summit. The Birthing Your Greatness Summit will be happening from now up until October the 16th. As she mentioned, tomorrow, the silent partner for today will take the driver's right. I was like, oh my God, he's just sitting over there just but he will take the driver's seat tomorrow, and we will be talking about credit. And for those of you who know people with bad credit, who know people with they think they have good credit, whatever it is, please tune in tomorrow because some credit myths will be dispelled. And he'll give you some amazing information. Thank you so much for offering the free book. Guys, don't forget you can get the free book by sending an email to the real Adolph group at gmail.com. In the comments section, put free book, put your name. What do you want from them? Their name,
email, but if they just put that in there, we'll reply and we'll
okay,
ask everything.
and you'll get all of the information. And then, guys, join the Facebook group, okay? The Facebook group for Birthing Your Greatness. Man, this summit, there's some surprises that are going to happen tomorrow at 1:00. We'll be doing our first drawing. So as soon as Willie is finished, we will do our first drawing. And if you're not a part of the Facebook group, then your name will not be in the hat. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So join the Facebook group, bit.ly BYGFB group. That's the Birthing Your Greatness Facebook group. It's free to join that group. Join that group so that you can be entered into the drawing. Don't come on here talking about I didn't know. Yeah, you know. And for those of you who may want the replays, because if you missed yesterday on how to close a six-figure deal in corporate America, you missed a lot. The Yes. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. Join get the replays by going to bit.ly BYG Summit. Okay. So that is it for today. Willie, same time, same place tomorrow, right? We're gonna switch gears. You're gonna be in the driving seat and she gonna be the silent partner. And we're gonna watch you guys amaze us again. Thank you everyone for joining us. Remember, there's no replay, so don't come back looking for it because it's gonna be gone. You're gonna have to register to get those replays. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. Peace. We are out.